Good morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's about, 50 degrees outside, and today we're going to show you how to cook brisket. Now, a few things you're going to need to know before you get started. You got to have a good grill. I love this grill. I got 5 burners on it. Does everything I need it to do. I would make love to this grill. I have made love to this grill. All right, the thing about making a brisket is it takes about, hour and a half per pound. It just depends on how you want it. Now, what I like to do is I like to preheat the grill to about 300 degrees. I'm going to keep it there for the entire time. The end goal is to have the brisket with an inner temperature of about 185 degrees. It'll be perfect then. So what we do is we preheat the grill and we grab the brisket, which I'll go do right now. So what I did is last night I rubbed my meat. And, rubs, they come and they go. You can find, recipes online. You can go buy stuff at the store. I've messed with a few. I finally come up with a nice rub for myself. Not going to tell you what I put in it because, a girl has to have her secrets. So we're going to take the brisket and we're going to throw it onto the grill. Now, I have, out of the 5 burners, I only have these 2 over here on. Got them at a low temperature. Again, I want to keep it about 300 degrees in there. I'm going to put this over here on the side away from the heat. I don't want it directly on top of the heat. I kind of want it to get that whole, think about if you're going to smoke something. I'm not smoking it, I'm grilling it, I understand it. But, just helps out the cause a little bit. Helps you get better control on your temperature. So now that that's in there, we're going to lower the lid and leave it as it is. Put it back a little bit further. Leave it as it is, and there we're going to go. Now, there's plenty more steps to go on to this. First thing I do is make sure you have plenty of beer. I like to plan my grilling on how many beers it takes to get through it. This is about an 18 beer job right here, it's going to be fantastic. At the very least, if the meat sucks at the end of the night, you'll be nice and hammered and you'll never even know. One thing about brisket is the argument, what do you do with the fat? You want it side up or side down? Now, I like it side up because I like it to come down. It kind of glazes it. It'll help keep in the juices. I also trim the fat down to anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. Makes great for seasoning because it'll spread that seasoning. Now, obviously, the fat isn't going to get on the bottom, but that's okay because we're making a sauce. With the sauce, I got some onions, I got some butter, I got some garlic, I got some apple cider, some beer. Beer is a great cause. We're going to go ahead and let that simmer for a little bit, and then once it's all said and done, we're going to start basting about every half hour onto our brisket. Alright, we're still just a few minutes away before we're going to go ahead and put the sauce on our brisket, and again, we're going to baste it about every half hour or so. It's still a constant temperature of about 300 degrees. Now, it was a 4-pound brisket that I'm cooking today, so I'm figuring it's going to take about 6 hours, and what I'll do is about the 5-hour mark, I'll start taking temperatures. Realistically, though, it'll be about 6.5. The best thing about grilling, especially something like this long, it's an all-day event, is that you get away from having to hang out with the family. By the way, if you're my in-laws, I'm so sorry I missed breakfast this morning. Anyway, a lot of different things you can be doing. You want to be out here, again, you're going to be checking it periodically. You're going to be basting about every half hour. So, I don't know, read a book, write a book, get a girlfriend, unless your wife is against those sort of things. Whatever, a lot of different ways to waste some time. Again, it's a beautiful day. And when it comes to grilling, I will grill all day, every day if I can. My wife really loves this time of year because I do most of the cooking, and I'm cool with that. I'm the guy that goes to other people's houses, gets mad at them, and takes over their grills. It's what I do. Alright, we are now a couple hours into the process, and at this point it's been about a 6-pack. So you got measured by beer. Again, I've been constantly, about every half hour or so, basting it in the juice that I made earlier. And again, that's got to be on you. I'm not going to give away the secret, but it's going to be really good, and it involves beer. In that time, I've re-racked my own homemade wine. I've played a little bit of guitar. I like the way you make my fingers snap. And a handful of other things that my wife won't let me show you on camera. Alright, we're going to check back in here in a couple hours and see where we're at. Again, about another 6-pack. And again, we started off here with a 4-pound brisket, so it's about an hour, hour and a half per pound. We'll count on an hour and a half. We'll check it after 5 hours to see where our temperature's at. Again, the inner temperature, you're going to want to be there about 185. Alright, it's about 7.5 hours later. I know I promised you about 6.5, but I did have a stall for about an hour. Now, if you get a stall with yours, no big deal. It's where it just stops getting hotter, basically. It happens all the time. Some people will wrap it in foil and they'll take care of it that way. I just try to work through it, and it worked out great. As you can see, the finished product is phenomenal. Looking forward to eating this tonight. Just keep watching our YouTube page. Subscribe. We got all sorts of great videos, and I'm going to go enjoy this.